My name is Jana Krihak, and this is my lacrosse story. I got into lacrosse my freshman year of high school here at RV. So I'd never played lacrosse before. I had heard of it before, but I actually started playing field hockey also my freshman year. And I started playing field hockey, and a lot of my closest friends on my field hockey team were like, hey, we play lacrosse too. You should try out and play it too. So I ended up trying out and making the team, and I ended up falling in love with the sport. And it was a really cool experience to find a sport that I loved through another sport that I started playing.
It's game day!
Some of my fondest memories at RV were definitely game days with the team, going on the bus, playing some hype music, and just getting to play against another team and do it together and be able to fight together. And being able to cheer each other on and celebrate each other was definitely some of my favorite moments, and getting to know some really athletic, really talented girls that grew me and were able to challenge me every day in practice and games. And yeah, it was a great experience to get to know a lot of people who ended up playing a lot of different places in college, but growing together in high school. I remember actually my freshman year, I remember playing, and one of the coaches of the freshman team was like, yeah, my sister started playing her freshman year in high school, and then she played at your Sinus. And I thought that was the coolest thing, and it was something that I heard before, and I was like, it is possible for me to play in college, even starting my freshman year, and not starting when I was younger like all my other teammates. So seeing that belief, it definitely sparked that dream for me to want to play in college. So falling in love with the sport and wanting to play in college, it was definitely something I knew I wanted to do at a young age.
Quick pass, Jana Krihak, shot, score! Jana Krihak.
I chose Messiah because I knew my sophomore year going to my junior year I needed to start and play for a club team and get noticed by coaches, but I knew that I didn't just want to go anywhere. I wanted to go to a Christian college somewhere close to home. So I looked at a lot of different colleges, but when I visited Messiah, I immediately knew that the team was different than any other team that I had ever visited. The girls were so sweet, so inclusive. They cheered me on, hyped me up, and with the other recruits that I was with, I felt very much at home with them. Going from high school to D3 lacrosse, it's just the pace that's just different in games. Everything's just quicker, and you have the shot clock, and you have free movement, and all these new rules that I kind of stepped into when I went to college. And Coach Shelley definitely made us train really hard here, running the halls of RV and getting to challenge each other every single day. But getting to play for a collegiate team, just getting to have that consistency and being able to know that you're doing the hard things with your other teammates every single day. My freshman year, my team went to Kenya with FCA Lacrosse and through Messiah, and we were able to work with the Kenyan women's national team down there and the Ugandan women's national team, and we played against them and we trained alongside them, and we got to know their coaches and be able to one-on-one coach with them. And while we were down there, we also were able to go into small villages around where we were and be able to coach lacrosse. And we brought a ton of sticks down on the plane, and it was probably like 50 plus sticks or whatever, and we were able to hand them out to girls who had never touched lacrosse sticks before and be able to grow the game that way. I was able to do FCA lacrosse camp after my freshman year at Messiah, and it was a week where I was able to be a huddle leader and have 8 huddle girls under my wing for the week. And I was able to mentor them and encourage them and be able to cheer them on in lacrosse and be able to just talk with them and encourage them in faith. And it was such an awesome experience to be able to get to be with other college players at other schools and be able to come together. And it was just an awesome experience to bring everyone together from people I had never met before in my life. My #1 fondest memories of Messiah, without a doubt, are game days. Getting hype in the locker room and making our own lyrics to songs, and playing music super loud or on the bus or whatever and having our warm-up playlist, and then getting to warm up together, get focused together, and go together and attack a team together and get to work towards a common goal. Definitely training over the summers, honestly. It was hard to be away from teammates and train alone, but we had these group chats, like little small groups with our team. And we were able to send funny stories that happened that day, or just encourage each other, or send our times and be able to say like, hey, I want to be able to do better in this. So like accountability groups for the summer were definitely a good memory. We were just a killer team coming in the fall of 2020, getting to go into the 2021 season. In the fall, we have a fall ball tournament every year that we play, 3 other teams that we invite, and we have like a round robin and we all play each other. And we beat those teams like really well. And we were like, you know, I think we got something special this year. And getting to go into season with that belief and training really hard together. Starting the spring 2021 season, we were able to come right out the gate and hit the ground hard running. And game after game, we were beating a lot of teams by like 18, 20. We were kind of like, okay, we have a great attack, we have a great defense. Like, how can we reach our potential this season and grow our game even higher together? And our goal of that season was definitely reaching our potential and just seeing how far we could go, because we had a lot of confidence, a lot of belief in ourselves that season. Even though we didn't play like super challenging teams that would be a close game, we were able to still grow our game amidst that schedule. Once the MAC championship came, we played York and we beat them out of the water like 17-10, and it was such a fun feeling to be able to win a MAC championship together and to have that victory and then have the excitement of going to NCAAs. So we actually had a bye the first game, and then we played Illinois Wesleyan down in Memphis, Tennessee. And we were able to be there for the weekend, rest up some the day before, and then be able to play a game the next day.
Messiah goal, number 71, Jana Krihak.
And then we went back to Messiah and waited another week, and we were at Colby College in Maine. So we went all over, went from Memphis all the way to Maine, and we played SUNY Cortland on Saturday. And we were able to beat them in the Sweet 16, and that was so exciting because we made history that day for Messiah, because in 2017 they made it to the Sweet 16 and lost that game, but we were able to go a step further and we made it to the Elite 8 the next day. It was a really close game against St. John Fisher, and sadly we did fall to them that day, but it was one of the most challenging games, and such an excitement to be able to play a really hard team and be able to compete for something together. Whether it was a win or a lose, we were able to do it together. And that season was our first undefeated season too, so that was awesome to experience together. Coach Shelley and my coach at Messiah, Coach Heather McKay, definitely one of the best coaches that I could have had going through high school and going through college. They were able to see strengths and be able to grow me as a player, and yeah, they each challenged me in very different ways, but both grew me in big ways. Coach Shelley was one of those coaches who was just, she was a winner. She wanted to win. She wanted to do everything the best she could and encourage us to do everything the best that we could. And Coach, my coach from college, we just call her Coach. No Coach McKay, we just call her Coach. So Coach was definitely one of the biggest influences in my life. She was definitely an encouragement and got to know me on a personal level, and didn't just know me as a player, but knew me as a person, and was able to encourage me and just help me process things in life and how lacrosse connected to life and how it's bigger than just a sport, and it's a whole learning experience of life and a whole experience to go through. When I was getting recruited to Messiah and I went to camp, the camp that I committed at Messiah, I met a lot of the 2017 team and Steph Athens was my number before I came in, and she was definitely one of those people who was just very personal and very encouraging and got to know me and encouraged me up. And Brooke Gamble was another player of that year who is so encouraging and still to this day. Those are two alumni from Messiah that definitely have left an impact on my heart. For me, I'm definitely a planner, but a lot of my life is a lot of unplanned, which is the excitement of life. But I have been blessed to be able to find a place to live and to have a job at a bank out near Messiah starting in September. So that's definitely a next step. But I knew I wanted to be and have a job around Messiah for the next few years, definitely, with teammates that I've played with, and still be able to be a part of their lives and be at games and cheering them on and encouraging them and just being a part of their lives still, because I don't want that to end quite yet. Sports are definitely one of those things that can grow you as a person and physically make you stronger and mentally make you stronger, but also grow you into the person that you want to become and make you tougher, make you more confident in who you are, not just on the field, but also off the field. And for lacrosse, for myself, I was able to grow exponentially myself in my confidence, in my ability to encourage people and to not worry about the outside world, but to be able to just focus on relationships and one-on-one conversations and getting to know each player individually and getting to just love my teammates more and more in college. And I'm really thankful of the advice that I've heard of being able to just pour my heart out to others. And if you're vulnerable, other people will be vulnerable, and it'll feel more comfortable for them to be able to be themselves and to bring together a team. Lacrosse has grown me into the person that I want to be today. Whether or not I became the player I wanted to, I definitely became the person I wanted to. And lacrosse is one of the sports that I will forever be a fan of and will always have a place in my heart. I'll never get sick of it.